and welcome back to Pink Door Sims. Today I am doing my second speed build, which is Old Mill Pool House. And I had this idea because I thought that it would be really cool to use some of these live edit objects and do something that looks really commercial, like some kind of pool area with a container house possibly, or a factory. I did end up doing a container house, but it really was all about using these yellow, I guess they're like graded flooring pieces, and doing those around a pool, which unfortunately when I went to play test this, the Sims are not able to walk on them, which was so annoying. You could leave them up on the foundation and not delete the foundation underneath, but if you do that, you can kind of see how they cut in together. I was also disappointed the Sims are not able to walk up that diagonal piece there. And then also, you're not able to delete some of these pieces. You're not able to click on them at all. Some of them you can and some of them you can't. So this is just me kind of playing around with that and trying to figure out exactly how to do this shape-wise, because like I said, I wasn't able to click on and pull those pieces around. So maybe you know a better way to do it or know a way around that. I wasn't able to figure it out. So a lot of the early part of the speed build is just me trying to figure out exactly how I wanted to do it, because of course once I placed it there was no deleting unless I just arrowed back several times. So that was the issue here, but luckily when I was building, I did leave part of the foundation up to have a little walkway area just in case they weren't able to walk on those. So that's what that area is right there. And you can see that piece that was on a lower foundation. I was never able to delete that. Luckily, they go together, so it kind of looked okay. But yeah, definitely I would have deleted that if I was able to. So hopefully whatever this glitch is, they end up fixing that. And yeah, so as you can see, I kind of skipped around here, but first I built some containers. I wanted it to maybe look like there was a bunch of containers just sitting around, but I ended up deleting those ground level containers, and I wanted the bottom container to look like it had an extension on it. So you can see with the wall coverings, I do end up making it look like two containers that are 3 spaces wide on top of each other, and then an extension on one of them. And that's where the balcony is, on the top. I do love these sliding doors that we got with Eco Lifestyle, especially the really wide ones. It's just really kind of a fun thing to have to play with, and you can put items in front of them, and they still work really well. And of course you get those floor to ceiling window vibes. So I love that. And I did play around here. I wanted there to be kind of something over the door so it looked like a little bit more of an entrance there. And I play with a few different kinds of posts here. And I can't remember if I even ended up leaving posts there or not. Maybe I did. So I decided too that I wanted it to be kind of small for like 1 or 2 people max, with lots of space for them to do fabrication or recycling, things like that. But I did end up building a second structure, which you'll see here in a minute, because I just thought the lot needed a little something extra. So here I am playing around with that kitchen. At first I kind of thought it might be cool to have bar stools that overlook the industrial pool area, but I end up putting a sink there instead and making it only 3 countertop squares wide. And I play around with this a lot. You'll see I play with half walls. I play with the ladder here in a little bit, different levels of half walls, trying to figure out exactly how I wanted to do it. And I'm not sure, since I'm new to YouTube for Sims, if this is something that maybe I should cut out of future speed builds or not. Of course, I'm learning as I go, so you'll just have to bear with me as I get better at this. And I did decide to mix and match countertops here because I don't do that a whole lot, but I do think it kind of makes the build better, especially on something like this that I would imagine would be industrial. I would feel like it might be more realistic for there to be multiple countertops. Maybe this used to be some place that somebody worked. Now someone lives there, so they added more kitchen area later. I don't know. But here's what I end up doing. I think this is how I end up keeping it. I do play around with it several times because, of course, I'm limited on length, I'm limited on space, and I wanted to still have a nice size living room. So here's kind of where I really start to play with this. I wanted it to look like it really was a container and hadn't been changed that much. Like, I think I keep that yellow container wall paint, but I only do it on the 3 parts of the 3 square width of what would actually be the container based on what the container doors are, which are the 3 squares. So here I am playing with that, and I, of course, went into hidden objects and got some of those fabricated items as well, and using these curtains that came with Eco Lifestyle. So here, I think this is when I come in with the floor, so you kind of see what I'm doing. So the 3 squares that it would be the actual container width stay with the yellow, and then the rest, which is the addition, would have the alternate flooring. But I do end up going and putting linoleum in the kitchen because I thought maybe they had put the same flooring all through the kitchen, and it kind of goes with the flow a little bit better. I think it looks better than just having the additional 2 squares of alternate flooring. As you can see, I did that linoleum there, and that linoleum is from bowling day, and I really like it. I don't think I ended up finding any curtains that I liked well enough to put on there, and that's fine. So yeah, I did a couple different options with this ladder up to the upstairs container. I stuck with this for a little bit, and then I do end up changing it later. And yeah, now I'm working on this entryway. I love the little tiny TVs that came with Eco Lifestyle. I think they're so cute and such a throwback. And yeah, I forgot that we got so many different kinds of shelves with Eco Lifestyle, so I do end up putting one of the shelving units up there. I think I did a little chair here and a bookcase behind with a table that is made out of like a crate with some flowers on it. I think you'll see that. And yeah, doing some plants. Of course, you can never have enough plants in this game. I'm trying to get better about having more plants in my own house, because I know how much better they make a room feel in The Sims, and I know it's like that in real life, so I'm trying to spend more money on plants in my real life. And yeah, so I put this little, I guess it's a room divider that has the plants on it there to kind of make the entryway seem a little bit more separate. Even though it's a small space, I kind of liked that touch. And yeah, this is me kind of trying to decide if I wanted to do a window over here by the bar stool, breakfast nook area. I think I ended up leaving that window down and putting a corkboard above it, but I cannot remember. And yeah, so this is where I do the entryway bench. And I think I put the little basket that came with Eco Lifestyle on that stool as well later. Some mirrors and adding some more lighting here. So yeah, I think this is looking really cozy. I really like this little space. To me, it's perfect for just doing an intro sim in Eco Lifestyle and kind of getting the lay of the land if you're downloading it for the first time soon. Now, I didn't quite know what to do with this little area by the bathroom because it's like a 4 square spot. But then I thought, you know what? I think that I can put a dresser there or something. Like maybe this is where they get ready. Now, the window that I'm using there, and I think I use it in a couple other spots in this build as well, is from Get Famous. And Get Famous came with like 2 really industrial windows. I don't use them super often, but I feel like they go well with the Eco Lifestyle stuff. And now here is the problem with these container houses. Doing 3 spaces wide, the bed, you can't do like nightstands on each side of the bed. So I decided to hang this little curtain. I forget what pack it came with, maybe City Living, to kind of do a room divider thing. Even though this is really a place for just one sim anyway, I thought that it would be kind of cute to do that. And then I wanted the other area on the other side to kind of be like a random storage area. And have just like a few items, a few things from Eco Lifestyle over here. That moving box, just kind of like a little bit of a cluttered up little area over there. And then of course you have the balcony, and I did lots of plants out there and a little table with a couple chairs, a sitting area, and then some vertical gardens. I thought maybe they did some eco gardening. So here I am trying to figure out, okay, I know I want to do a secondary structure with a kind of a separate area for fabricating, and this is when I go into live edit objects and kind of just look around and see what everything looks like that's in the live edit objects for Eco Lifestyle, and try to get some inspiration on what I wanted to do. And I think I looked at some kind of tower item and decided that that would be something I would try to recreate. And by doing a little walkway here and building up to the very tippy top and doing a structure like that, of course, I take most of those walls down and use some posts to make it look like it is, I don't even know what you would call this, kind of like industrial tower type of thing. But yeah, that's what I decided to do. This is what it ends up looking like. I don't know if this is supposed to be kind of like a crane or what it's supposed to be, but it's just some kind of like industrial tower thing. And then that gives me two other rooms. The bottom room there, which actually kind of ends up being closer of an entrance. And then the top, which I ended up making into a second bedroom. Now, you could do other stuff up there. I just thought maybe this is a single dad with like a son, a teenage son or something up there. I do end up using these fences, and I love it. I love that fence. So I don't know if you all have ever seen the movie. It's like a Mary-Kate and Ashley movie. And she gets adopted by this family called the Butkus family, and they run a like garbage place, recycling place, and they make all of the kids they adopt work at this recycling place. That's what I kept thinking of when I was making this. It kind of reminded me of that. I think they had a regular house, but they made the kids work at like a dumpster place. So that's kind of what this reminded me of. I wanted it to be something that didn't necessarily, everything didn't look dirty. I did a couple piles of trash, I think. And I tried to do really sparse. Like, I wasn't going to overdo it with the landscaping. I didn't want it to look like super planned out, or like things were put there intentionally. Like maybe they were just growing on their own. And of course I used some of those pallets. And these are the jail windows from Get to Work. I thought those looked really industrial and good because I didn't want this to look like it had been like overly renovated for the purpose of people actually living in. I wanted it to look like really industrial. I feel like I've said industrial like 15 times during this video. Oh well. And see those windows that are on that top part of the tower, they are from Get Famous. So maybe if somebody knows, like I know there are these tower things. I don't know if it's like to overlook like people that are working at places like this. But if you know what this is supposed to be called, let me know. I know that like these things exist. I just don't know what they're called. And so here's like the little workshop area. I think I put a candle making thing and a shelf in there. And I tried to make it look like it was a workplace, but like with the rug, like it's kind of softened up a little bit. And did I do curtains? I don't remember if I did curtains here or not. I guess we'll find out. Oh, and this is me working on the bedroom. Of course, I did 2 windows in each side, and I think I got rid of a few of the windows that I wanted to. And I've never used this bed before. Before this build, I had not used this fabricated bed. I put it on a little slight slant and add some plants and some lamps. I just think the thing that I love the most about this build is the industrial looking pool. I just really wish they could walk on those grates. I wish there was a good way to do it. But there is not, so it's really a bummer. I added some crates out here. Yeah, I added some trees and a bike and some large ferns. Now this is kind of where I realized that you cannot, I thought that I was going to be able to put some layout chairs and some like outdoor seating areas, like a table with chairs out on this yellow graded pieces, but I could not. And it just was such a bummer because my whole idea kind of got screwed up. So really you would have to move the ladder to the regular foundation area. And when I brought the sim in to play test this, she just like walked completely underneath the grate. Like she wouldn't walk on top of it. She walked underneath it to try to get to the pool ladder. So it was so disappointing. So here's some of the final touches. I just add some trees, some climbing ivy, and some more plants along some different areas. And I'm checking it out with different lighting. I did end up adding some stairs here. I love these stairs. I use these stairs a lot, actually. I use them for the outside of like city houses to make it look like a fire escape. And yeah, I think I did a little grill, a little outdoor table here. Since there's not really a dining room inside and I wasn't able to build it on the graded area, I add some outdoor lights as some finishing touches and go back to add a few other little things, little cluttery things to the kitchen, corkboard for the wall, some art, and some, just little cluttery items that need to be put in and finished. And now it's time for screenshots. You can see here on the outside shots what it looks like. And I think it turned out really well. A few things I'd probably change is probably add some ivy to the outside of the storage containers, but not a big deal. I love the rusty red color of the top storage container and having the solar panels match that. So here's the living room, the entryway, the view of the TV there, a little sitting area, and this is the bar stool breakfast nook. There's the ladder that goes upstairs. More shots of the kitchen, not super big, but I used a lot of bright colors. I didn't do a dishwasher because I thought maybe they're environmentally friendly. And then here's the upstairs bedroom. And just a little cluttery side area. And this is the view down to the pool of the, I guess you would call it like a rooftop garden area. And then if you step out of the living room, those would be the stairs to go upstairs. And the main floor of the tower that has the different, I guess it's kind of like a hobby area, recycling area, candle making area. And then if you wanted to take the ladder all the way up, here's the tower bedroom for maybe like a teenage son or something. And then here are just some more outdoor shots of the build. So this is kind of a unique build. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I really enjoyed building it. Again, I wish the pool worked a little differently. But what can you do? I did upload this to the gallery, so if you'd like to download it, you can. Please like, subscribe, and comment if you liked this build. I am uploading more tours and walkthroughs of previous builds of mine from before I had started my YouTube channel, and I am uploading new speed builds every week. So please subscribe, and I will see you next time on Pink Door Sims. Thank you so much for watching. Bye!